Hi everyone, my name is Sharon Shapiro and I am a program support specialist over at CJE SeniorLife. Be sure to stop by our CJE SeniorLife website at www.cje.net/cyber club to get more videos like this one, plus access to our Zoom meeting schedules and information about places that you can visit online while we're all quarantined at home for the moment. In this video today, I want to talk to you about how you can access free magazines and audiobooks from the Chicago Public Library. I will include a link below to another video tutorial that I made about Chicago Public Library's Overdrive Libby app method of getting ebooks and audiobooks, but today we're going to visit a different service called RB Digital, and it's another way for you to get audiobooks, but in addition to audiobooks, you can also read magazines right from the comfort of your own home and also without having to have a subscription. All you need is a Chicago Public Library library card. So let's get started. I am on an Android phone and I'm in the Chrome app doing a search for the Chicago Public Library. And as you can see right here, the first result is the Chicago Public Library website. If you look at the Chicago Public Library writing, that's in like a dark blue or purplish color. Right up above it is shipublib.org. That is the Chicago Public Library's web address, so you could also type that in as well into the search bar or into the URL bar at the very, very top where it says google.com. You could also get to Chicago Public Library that way, or you can just do a search for Chicago Public Library and choose that first option. I'm going to click on it and it will take me to the Chicago Public Library homepage. And once I'm at the Chicago Public Library homepage, I want to go to that sort of top left area where it says CPL and there's a thick black line underneath it. Just to the right of that, there are 3 black lines, and I want to click on those 3 black lines because that's going to take me to the Browse menu. So I'm clicking on that. In the Browse menu, I can look at CPL hours and locations. After that, you can choose to look at materials by format. The first format is books, and that's the kind of books that are available at the library itself. So we're not going to go there. We're going to go to the option right after that that says ebooks and magazines. So we are going to choose ebooks and magazines just by clicking on it. And then we're going to go to the menu that shows us all of the ebook and magazine options. So there's a black box, a small black box near the top. It's right underneath that purple banner. Here it says all CPL locations will be closed through April 7th. Please refer to our COVID-19 update page for updates and online resources. Okay, so there you have it. All locations are now closed, but just because the library physical locations are closed doesn't mean that their virtual options are closed to us. So let's click on that show menu black box right underneath that purple banner. And I'm going to click there to see what my options are for virtual offerings. So the first one is Overdrive ebooks and audiobooks. And as I mentioned, we are going to put a link down below in the description for the video on how to access Overdrive ebooks and audiobooks. But today we want to visit RB Digital services. And if you look at the offerings, the second is RB Digital audiobooks and the fourth offering is RB Digital magazines. They're both part of the same service, and if you click on one, once you're in that spot, you can get to the other. So I'm just going to search the second one by clicking on it, RB Digital Audiobooks. This is the second option on this menu, RB Digital Audiobooks. And it's going to take me right there to the RB Digital webpage within Chicago Public Library. And the first page is going to show me different options of things that I might be interested in off the bat, some of the most popular items, some things that are only available on RB Digital, newly added items. I'm just scrolling down, recommended. So I'm just going to go back up to the top and I'm going to click on the first book, audiobook, All the Light We Cannot See. And this is just a sample of what it looks like when you click on an item. It gives you some very basic information about the book. All the Light We Cannot See, it's a novel, an author, Anthony Doerr. The narrator is Zach Appelman, and it falls under the general fiction, literary fiction, historical fiction genres. And it's giving me the option to click that red button to check out. It's showing me I can check it out for 21 days. If I click on there, I can check it out for fewer days too if I like, if I think I'm going to read it really quickly. But 21 days is the default. If I keep scrolling down, it's going to give me a more detailed description about this book, saying that it's the winner of the Pulitzer Prize and New York Times bestseller. So it's going to give a more detailed description, kind of like something that you would see on the inside of the book jacket. You can read a little bit more about the book that you might check out. If I click on details, it's going to give me a little bit more detail, kind of bibliographic information. Who is the publisher? What's the ISBN number? The edition, narrator, the language it's in, the release date, the duration, how long it is. And then if I click on chapters, then it's going to show me all of the different chapters and just give me a very brief look at how many chapters there are in this book. And then it's going to give me other recommended books if I click on recommended. So if I like this book, it's saying, well, maybe I'd like these other books too. Now, if I decide that I do want to check this out, I can click on this red checkout button. On this service, you need to register for an account if you don't currently have one, and you need to register for an account with a unique username and a unique password that you make up. So if you click on register, if you don't have an account, here's where you're going to enter in that unique username, and it can be anything. It could be your first and last name, it can be your dog's name, it can be anything you make up, and a password that you're going to remember. Then it's going to ask you for your library card number. So this is where you would enter in your library card number. Then it's asking you your actual first name, last name, if you have an email address, and you want to confirm your email address. So I think you do need to have an email to log on to this service, because these little red asterisks are saying that this is required information. So you would enter your email and then confirm your email address by entering it again. And then you'll enter in your postal code where you live. If you live at 60645 or 60659, whatever your postal code is, you would enter it there. You would click to accept the terms of service and privacy policy, and you could read those by clicking on each of them. And then you would just click this red register button. Once you have an item that you want to check out, you will hit that checkout button, and it will ask you for your username and password. If you save your information, it will already be populated there for you. And then you can just check out the book. Once you've created an account and you've signed into your account, and you check out a book by clicking that red checkout button, the button will turn green and it will say play now. And when you click that play now button, it's going to give you all of those chapters that we saw before, and you're going to be able to play them in whatever order you want to. If you leave off at one place, you can pick up right again afterwards. You can skip ahead. If you want to reread something, you can reread it.
In August 1944.
This is a very convenient way to just be able to play audiobooks right from your device, whether you're on your computer or a tablet or a smartphone. Now, I do want to point out that RB Digital also has its own app, which you can install. And I'm going to install it right now just to let you see that it's there. But you don't need the app to actually play the audiobooks or to browse the magazines, as we will see in a moment. You can, as I said, just from whatever browser that you're on your computer or your tablet or your laptop, to get on the internet and go to the Chicago Public Library website and go to the RB Digital page, you can just play or look at everything right there. But if you want to go to the RB Digital app, I just went to Google Play. You can get it on the App Store at iPhone. You just log in with your same information, the username and password you created, and you'll see very similar things. You can play or download to your device anything that you've already checked out. It looks very similar as it would on the website. That is the RB Digital app for you. But I'm going to go back to the website on Google Chrome again. And if you look up in the red banner on the far left, there are 3 white lines. That is the RB Digital menu. And when I click on it, the top is the home button. So that's the place that you arrive at when you first go to the RB Digital website. And then there's the audiobooks homepage where we were seeing the selection of audiobooks when we first came on. And then there's an option to look at magazines. Okay, so when you choose magazines, you are going to get to a list of all of the magazines that RB Digital has available. And they are in alphabetical order. Basically, numbers come first. So there's magazines like this first one's called $10 Dinners or Less, 100 Best Cookies. And then it's going to go into initials like ABC Soaps in Depth, and then it will start getting into the A's and the B's. So you can either scroll through alphabetically by different titles of magazines that you can look for to see if some of your favorite magazines are on here. Or if you look at this filter button, it's in a white box and it says filter. You can look for magazines by genre or by language. So if you want to look for a magazine in a foreign language other than English, you can do that. If you want to search by genre, you can do that. And they've got all different sorts of magazines with all different types of subjects. So architecture, art and photo, computers and technology, business and finance. So I'm going to just look at entertainment, and I'm going to see what they have available for entertainment type magazines. I don't recognize all of them, but there's Hello Magazine, The Hollywood Reporter, In Touch, OK, Reader's Digest. So I'm going to click on Reader's Digest, and I'm going to see what they have available for checkout. Now, bear in mind, not every magazine puts all of its issues up. Some of them really only put up special issues, for example, like not necessarily the latest issue on the newsstands, but if they have a special edition, they'll put that up. So some magazines are really great about putting up their latest issue, and you can read it for free. Others, you might have to read an older edition. So it just all depends on the publication. So Reader's Digest is pretty up to date. They have available the latest issue, which is March 31st, 2020. And this is something that I've actually checked out already. But if we scroll down, you'll see once again, same kind of thing. It will give a description of the publication. Okay, and then it will give me the details about the particular issue that I'm looking at. And it's basically just telling me it's the March 31st edition, and it's an entertainment publication published in the United States in English. The other thing I can look at is all issues. And what I want to make you aware of is, for some reason, when you pick all issues, it usually shows you the most recent issues. So it's showing me the March 31st issue of Reader's Digest and the February 29th issue. But if I want to see all the issues, I can click that black box with the black plus sign that says View All. And that's really going to show me all the issues that are available. So you can see there's really a lot more than just what originally came up. I'm going to choose one of these to read to show you. So I'm going to look at the Reader's Digest January 31st, 2020 issue. And its cover story is what your pet wants you to know. So I'm going to click the red checkout button. So I've clicked the red checkout button. It's taking a few moments. Maybe my Wi-Fi is a little bit slow. It's checking to see if there are enough digital copies available for me to check out. And lucky me, I've got a checkout confirmation. And it says you've checked out the magazine, Reader's Digest. And I can either click to automatically check out the next issue too. I can go back and keep browsing other magazines, or I can read this issue now. I'm going to click on Read Now, and it's going to load that issue of Reader's Digest for me on my screen. You can use the RB Digital app for this as well. It may work a little bit faster if you do it that way, but you don't need to. All right, so here is the issue. Here's the first page. And if you look at the very bottom, you will see two icons. The one on the left kind of looks like a table of contents. And if you click on it, you can either see a list of all of the pages of the magazine, including the advertisements and everything. And you can scroll up and down to go right to the page of your choice by just tapping on it, or you can scroll via article, and you can scroll up and down, and you can go to any particular article that you would like to just by tapping on it. And if you want to get off of this table of contents menu, you can just click the X. Now to the right, there's a bookmark icon. You can tap on that bookmark to bookmark the page, essentially. So if I go back into my table of contents, it could be helpful in the article table of contents. You know, if I am just scrolling but I don't have time to read right now, and here's an article on page 22, Say Goodbye to Procrastinating, I can click a bookmark from within the table of contents also. And that way, when I go back into this magazine, I can scroll through and say, oh, there was an article I wanted to read here. Oh, there it is. Say Goodbye to Procrastinating. And then I can click on that and go right to the article. Okay, now that I'm in the article, Say Goodbye to Procrastinating, if you look down at the bottom, you will see that there are a few more icons here. So to the right of the bookmark, which is highlighted red because I had bookmarked it, there's what looks like an open book. It's like a two-sided page. And basically, when you click on that icon, you will get the view of the publication as it appears in print. The other thing I want to show you also is I can just keep tapping on the screen, a little tap and swipe, to move forward and backwards. So I can do a little tap and swipe left or right to move forward and backwards through the pages. The other thing I want to show you is this T on the far right is how you can manipulate the text on the page as far as the appearance goes. If I tap that T, then it's going to give me an A. So you tap the T, then you tap the A, and it's giving me these options. There's the far left, there's an A with an arrow going up, and that, if I tap on it, will make the text bigger. And then to the right of that A, the second A, there's an arrow going down, and if I tap, it'll make the text smaller. So you can make the text of the articles larger or smaller with those first two A's. And then there are these colored circles. So I'm on the white circle right now. So it's a white background with black letters, and that's the appearance. I can switch that by choosing the circle just to the right of that, the black circle just to the right, tap on that, and now it's a black background with white letters. And some people find it easier to read text that way. To the right of the black circle is like a beige circle, like a sepia color. And that gives us a beige background with black lettering. Some people prefer that look. And then to the right of that beige circle is a gray circle, gray with white lettering, and some people like that. So whatever you prefer, you can change the appearance of how you view the magazine, whatever is easiest for you. That's how you can control the appearance. I can go into the menu for RB Digital. I can click on checked out with the check mark. I can see everything that I have checked out. In my view all, I can see everything that I have on my shelf, and it's got everything in there that I've ever checked out, even older magazines. And I can get rid of those. And I can return a title anytime I want to, especially if that will free up space on my card to check out something else if I've checked out a lot. I can change the information on my account. I can get help. I can log out. That's it. That's RB Digital on Chicago Public Library. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Take a look at what we have to offer at www.cje.net/cyberclub. We're hoping to come back at you with more videos and connect with you virtually until that time that we can meet again.